And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as we get set for this second matchup. It's going to be the boys this time, West Prairie versus Bushnell-Prairie City, and we'll let Greg take it from here.
Starting lineup. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Number 34, Braylon Griffiths. Number 30, Connor Upton. Number 15, Dee Ruffin. Number 10, Talon Love. And number 3, Brock Beaton.
And we'll get set to tip off. 8 minutes on the clock. It will be the Spartans. Nope, they're going to say a re-tip is needed.
And I think that, Kenny, I think they did that just for me because they did the preemptive, so I could get here and get the preemptive jump ball.
Well, it'll say it'll be Cyclones after the something or other. Wasn't quite looking. Alrighty, Cyclones with the ball. 8 minutes on the board. A little silent on that introduction, Greg. You're starting to lose your touch a bit?
I think so. Well, and then I couldn't read the writing. That's got to get the bifocals checked again. I guessed instead of they tell you not to do that, anticipate, but didn't do that. And I got to say this, Kenny. This is the first time I've seen the Spartans this year, as I'm normally the West Prairie home guy. I like the red unis. That's kind of unique.
It's a little bit different. You know, I mean, personally, not that big of a fan of them, as the first one will rattle out. I don't know. I think it's the bright colors makes it a little bit harder to read the numbers, in my opinion. I'd rather them flip around and keep that blue.
I could go with that. I could understand that. That's one of those I can go. And so Olsen misses both of them. And now the Spartans will work around here. No real size on either side. Clark with a steal. Looking to head out of there. Got it batted away. Now drives in. Nice block on the inside there by Braylon Griffiths. And up they'll come. Work it.
Upton misses the three.
And Upton shot no good, but a foul on the rebound put up. As they'll head back through there. And welcome in to everybody watching at home. And I'm going to apologize because I'm not the guy that checks the chat a lot. That is Dwayne. I'll try to keep an eye if you make a comment or if I mess something up, please correct me. Evan Ash shooting it there and makes one, so the Spartans get on the board first, make it 1-0, 7-minute mark here of this first quarter. Whitman's going to dribble it up here. Man on man put on here by the Spartans.
And you'll have to check your roster, Greg, to see if it is, but we do not have number 15 on my roster.
Got to check one of those fun uniform changes. And 15 it was, remember, We'll catch that in a moment. I'll know the name when I look at it. As they dribble down, Matt Whitman hit the three there. Now shot inside, no good. The counter snaps up the board. And back they will come the other way. As in the lane, Olsen, no good. Going to try it again. And a jump ball. So a 3-1 lead here. A nice job in there. Kind of the pogo stick legs there by Griffiths. And I believe I got to check that in there because shot in the corner on the way, no good. And Clark, that is a box out, Kenny. I love that. That's one thing I love about Ryan Clark. Copeland looking to bounce at it. He has had a marvelous year, sophomore year. Whitman gets the rebound. He'll put it up. And so far, it's Matt Whitman 5 and Bushnell-Prairie City 1.
Now, I may be wrong, but did Ryan have an older brother about 2 years ago play basketball?
Brandon
Clark. Yep. Didn't know for sure. I was going to ask you, but not just looks like him, plays a lot like big man down in the middle, Brandon Clark did, doing a bunch of West Prairie games 2 years ago.
And that's one of the fun things that Ryan brings to this is the hustle.
Picks up the dribble, has to get it over to Connor.
And I'll let you help me out with the Bushnell-Prairie City folks. I think 10 is Talon Love. Is that
Indeed.
Am I right? Okay,
that one's in.
Because the roster I have in front of me is not the one I read for the intro. Shot is good and in.
I'll go down and get assistant coach Devin Yoakum's help.
There you go. Braden Copeland, shot on the way. Three right back and in. And you cannot leave him open like that. He'll hit that sports corner three on you. 8-3 lead, 4:50 left to go here in the first quarter. And a bobble on it.
Upton launches up a shot.
And I have a feeling I may have a JV roster is kind of what I'm guessing.
Well, if you got a JV and I've got a varsity, we can figure something out.
There you go. As they bring it out to the counter. The counter jumped at, wheels to Whitman. Clark with it.
Looking, takes the shot.
Shot no good, and the rebound snapped up there. Back they'll come in the end. A couple 6 too many steps there. Just a couple extra steps.
And Connor not a little bit happy on that call. He thought it was just a good gather. Crossed half. Another three set. That one can't go. Rebounded by Talon. Talon's going to take it himself.
Wow, racing up the court. In and good. That is end to end. That's the lead for West Prairie to 8-5. Copeland in the lane, no good. Clark in among the trees and up. Couldn't get it to go. Actually, they're going to say that it's West Prairie basketball. Out to Whitman. Whitman fakes a three, and he traveled with it.
So some quick shots and some quick turnovers for both teams to start this one out. And boy, it does not feel like we're already halfway done with this first quarter.
No, it has been lightning quick action. The Spartans bring it across timeline here. Dribbling down, wheeling out, bouncing out top there. Gave a look at Love, drives in, shot no good, and the rebound, Ryan Clark. Clark wheeling it out of there, up quickly to Copeland. And you got to jump on him quick. Still kick out. Olsen fakes three. Going to give out to Matt Whitman. Whitman holds on to it. Spin. Shot no good. Rebound. Bushnell-Prairie City again. Big rebounds there. Kicking out and up front. Shot quick. Love up, in, and good. And he has gotten it down to one. Boy, he has been end to end, Kenny.
And he's so used to playing so fast and physical. I mean, big football players, that's going to be a 3, almost got it in. As you could see, especially running, extending those legs. Played a lot as quarterback as well. Down low, wide open, in for 2.
And the counter trying to go for the steal there, couldn't get it. The Spartans have come all the way back to lead at 9-8. As Copeland dribbles it up, coming out to Whitman, bounce down to Clark, up and in and good. The give and go, gave and
great shot, and great pass.
And both these teams exhibiting a lot of speed. And of course, Matt Whitman, quarterback for the Cyclones. Dribble down, Love holds it on, bouncing in the lane. Shot up, can't quite get it to go, and the rebound nearly tossed it away, and now Olson's tied up with it. And it'll
be a foul.
Oh, yeah, they're going to give the foul
to Evan Ash. As in comes Ethan McKim. Yep, and we do have JV rosters.
Yep.
I'll go and fix that.
We'll fix that quick there. And now they bring it up. Matt Whitman holding on, looking in at Ryan Clark as he's guarded by Love. We'll pick him out as we can. And out to the counter. That's actually a long 2. And the rebound is snapped up. They bring it on the fly in the lane. The Spartans in again. And that makes it 11-10. Back and forth these two teams go. Braden Copeland with it. Dribbles, kick it out to Clark, fakes the 3, goes right past Love, kick out to Copeland. Quick catch and shoot for a sports corner 3. And that's when Copeland has a very, very quick release. Working out top here. Tried to bounce it in the lane to McKim, gets it over. And looking at Love, giving him a look. Bounce down in the lane, and the counter going to get the foul. So that'll be the first on Eli to counter, and the second on the Cyclone team. 46 seconds. You were talking about it, Kenny. I just looked up at the clock and like, wow. This has been a very fast first quarter.
Both teams trying to get up and down, multiple threes for both teams. Just pretty much everything working for both of them.
Free throw is good.
Connor Upton back into the game.
(13-13) tie. As back will come Whitman over to Olson. Upton guarding him. Man-on-man put on here by the Spartans. They're trying to work it to Copeland and doing a nice job keeping it away from him. Drives in, kick out to Clark. He'll try the 15-footer. It's good. 15-13. 2-point lead now for West Prairie. They'll pull it up. Holden coming to Love. Love working on the counter. And he traveled as he tried to lean in for the pass.
7 seconds left.
We'll see the Cyclones looking to bring it up. And they're going to bring full court pressure on Copeland. Copeland breaking ahead right to the lane. Nobody picked him up, but missed the lay-in. And that'll be the first quarter play in the books. 15-13 lead here for the West Prairie Cyclones over Bushnell-Prairie City. Let's take this timeout on MTC, or on TSSR Game Time Live.
Oh, hey there. Didn't see ya. Jerry D from Mr. D on Amazon Prime. I'm just way out here, painting, with my thoughts. It's where I come to breathe and let everything just flow onto my canvas. But I'm not alone. I'm out here with the GigaSpire Blast. Keeps my connectivity strong, so I have no interruptions. So I can watch and I can paint freely, no distractions. and no interruptions. Bye for now.
And we're back here. Kenny made a quick run downstairs to get a roster. You out of breath, Kenny?
What'd you say?
You out of breath, Kenny?
Not really. Trying to dodge the rest of the players. So with the ball number 2, that is Connor Palm.
Okay.
And then Connor Upton over on the far side. Number 3 is Brock Beekman. Ethan McKim in for 2.
All right. Ethan McKim up and in for 2.
I believe that is the players right now for BPC.
As they go back to work here, Ruger Olson looking for Ryan Clark on a backdoor cut. Found him, but a nice job there by Beekman to poke it away. And out of there with it he comes. Kick out in the corner. Nice go to the floater. Attempt on the way. Copeland with the rebound. The other one around here hands it out to Clark. They had Olson open for a moment. As Copeland wheels it, 15-15. Spartans tying it up. Holding weight by Eli to counter. Looking for somebody to come to. Now drives the baseline and put it up from behind the basket. Out to Love. Love right in the lane, up and in and good. He has really been aggressive tonight here, Kenny.
Indeed.
Whitman with it. He'll try the floater. Short. DeCounter throws it back in. Whitman gets the bucket to go.
Parker Guppy set to come back into this one.
And that we talked about rebounding in that the girls' side of things. And I'll tell you what, that, again, the rebounding really making a problem.
17-17, timeout taken by Coach Snyder.
All right, we will step aside here in just a moment, as it is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Coming in for whether it's OB or just your women's health can be a very scary, kind of daunting experience. So it's nice that we have this welcoming, state-of-the-art space to bring our patients into. I think the best part of my job is being able to take care of women and just make them feel empowered and know that we're here for them, that their problems are real, that their concerns are real, and we just want to give them the best care possible. Nothing makes me feel better than when my patients tell me this is the most comfortable they've ever felt at a women's health exam.
And we're back here. Now we got a little updating going on there. Thank you, Mr. Kenny, for running down there. As Darian Ruffin Thomas going to bring it over, work it out for Xander Jones. Back up, Ruffin Thomas in the lane. Beekman going to go down, kicks it out in the corner. Swinging around, Parker Guppy gets it in, can't get it to go, and now here come the Cyclones. 17-17, 5:50.
I think a few Spartan fans over here thought that he got the shot in. There's a smattering of applause that ended pretty quickly.
Yep. And we've got a 30-second timeout called again. We'll thank more of the very fine sponsors here. And, I thought the cheerleaders were going to come out. We will recognize the BPC cheerleaders when we can get them out here. One at a time in front of us here. And I want to thank our very fine sponsors like this West Prairie Game Stream, made possible by McDonough Telephone Fiber Internet. Buffering means suffering, so kick slow Wi-Fi to the curb. Connect your home with MTC's Fiber Internet and get blazing fast Wi-Fi with speeds up to 1 gig. Sign up online at mtcfiber.net. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryden Farm Supply can meet all of your needs for LP, seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they'll take care of you. Call them today, 309-772-3121. Ruffin Thomas doing a good job on Copeland. He'll drive in, they'll hang, and put it home and in.
Really made him work. You can't say anything wrong about the offense or defense there.
19-17, Beekman, he'll wheel in the lane. Shot is out on the way, no good, and the rebound. Oh!
Big hit. Xander Jones is down.
In a big collision there. And I'm going to tell you, folks, I have done that, and that don't feel good.
Straight on the nose. He's going to take a quick step off with the MDH trainers.
And they will make him substitute there. And number 34 coming in now, Kenny. I didn't get a chance to write that one down.
All right, let me look real quick. That's Braylon Griffiths.
Okay. Oh, okay, there he's up there. Oh, there you go. We'll get it. Copeland into Whitman now. They'll dribble it up. Beekman going to be matched up quarterback on quarterback here. As Whitman trying to dribble the near side out top to the counter, swinging to Clark, now to Whitman. And Whitman down the lane, floater a little hard off the back of the rim, or Clark catches the rebound and brings it over to Copeland. Ruffin Thomas right in his back pocket as Copeland slides in the lane, shifty, and Clark had the rebound, couldn't get it. McKim pulling out of there. And we got a jump ball called. It'll stay with West Prairie. Good crowd on hand here tonight. I wasn't sure there was going to be, but a lot of people have filed in here.
Between both teams, and one thing that I did like to see, it's not like everybody came in as soon as the girls' game ended.
Right.
It seems like a lot of the people, the crowd has came to see both teams.
And I saw Brandon Clark, of course, we gave him a shout out here. He said, let's go, 32. Shot is missed by Whitman.
Love back into the game.
And I just kind of a bit of trivia. Thank you, big brother Denver Mitchell. As Braden Copeland, 14 points away from 1,000 for the season.
Wow.
Or 1,000 career, sorry, over the season. I thought about that. No, 1,000 career points. And said he needs 14 points every game the rest of the year. So we'll have to put the watch on there. Thank you, Denver Mitchell. And pass stolen away by Olsen. Olsen in the lane. Up,
and
yes,
one.
And it counts. That was on Upton. And Ruger Olsen. So ups the lead to 4 for West Prairie, looking for 5. Free throw bounces around, no good. Love down there with it. And he'll bring it out to Braylon Griffiths. Griffiths up the sideline to Upton. Upton in the lane to Beekman. Swinging over. Fake, bounce into Beekman. Beekman wanted the turnaround, couldn't go. Out to Griffiths. He'll have his pocket picked, but Beekman gets it. Shot up and on the way by Guppy, no good. And to counter out of there with the rebound.
Able to fight through 2 defenders like that.
Copeland dribble in there, and they jump right at him every time. Stolen by Upton. Upton tried to throw it to Beekman. A little too much hot sauce on it, but Beekman able to corral it. Shoots turnaround Jay. It is no good.
Upton spun around so fast, his glasses almost came off. He had to dribble while holding them. 3 ball up, can't get it. Rebounded by Love, and he's going to be whipped around by Clark.
And Clark going to pick up the foul there. And those two a good match for each other because that hustle and effort.
Just straight tenacity between both of them. 3:24 left to go in this one. 21-17 your score.
And this is an ultra quick first half of play. And now Griffiths bringing it on the way. He'll bring it up to Palm. Palms it and bounces down to Upton in the corner. Over to Griffiths, looking for Beekman, and tried to go to Love in the lane. Love had to corral it and loses handle on it. Olsen picked up his dribble, now trying to get rid of it. Up to the counter, and the counter couldn't handle it. Coach Ian Conklin not very happy there. And that's one of those you yell at your teammates, come help me.
Like we talked about last game, a lot of the pressing there, need that help no matter what. This is going to get across half court. Just too many step backs there.
Yep, Copeland trying the extra step back there.
Xander back into the game after that big collision.
Glad to see him back in. Upton going to walk it up the court here. Now it'll come to Palm. Palm over to Upton, swinging down on the near side. Looking in at Love, couldn't get him. The Cyclones in a really extended 2-3 zone. They try to bring in the Love. To counter, pokes it away. And we've got a push foul on Ryan Clark. And yeah, that is the second on Clark.
They're going to count the third on Clark.
Third on Clark. So we'll see if they sub here. They do not have much of a bench. Drive in, no good. Beekman rebound, no good. Whitman out of there with it. And he'll be fouled. So Cyclones will bring it in here. For the Spartans, just their third team foul, but only 2 people with fouls on the court. And for Clark, gonna have to be real careful here. Copeland holds it now as Palm right on him in the lane to Clark. Clark cut off and threw it past Copeland and out of bounds. And for the Cyclones, Caden Little will check in, placing Ryan Clark. Upton walking it up here. He'll walk us down under 2 minutes left to go. First half, down in the corner. Into Love. Love traveled.
Love talking. He's going to get teed. Yep. Cannot talk no matter what to that referee.
Yep. And the way he said that was not good, and that also counts as a personal.
You know, even if you're right, can't talk to him.
And actually, Love did say he went and sat on the bench as Copeland misses the first free throw. And very lucky you show up the official like that. Luckily it was number 2.
Copeland second.
Copeland misses them both. The counter ready to bring it inbounds here. And it comes to Copeland. Copeland for Clark. Over to Whitman. Whitman looking here and Beekman all over him. Whitman driving in the lane.
They're going to call the travel.
Yep.
I was wondering how waiting. There
I think we all were. Brad Gooding held the signal there, and I was waiting. And travel was what I thought.
That's what I was thinking, but kind of threw in the shoulder right there as defensive men came to him.
And if McKim would have flopped, he might have gotten the charge there. As the Spartans work it around here, 1.5 minutes left to go here in this first half. Beekman in the lane, nice drop in and good. 21-19, 2-point lead here for West Prairie as they go back to work. Copeland, dribble in the lane, fires it to Clark, blocked by McKim. Upton trying to quickly bring it up. Beekman in the lane, shot no good, and 3 Cyclones grab it. To counter out of there with it. Avoiding everybody to Whitman. Whitman sliding through to Clark. Out to Whitman. He'll put up the 3. It is no good. And Palm takes it down. 45 seconds left in the half. Beekman up quickly with it. In the lane. Nice.
And the spin.
Yep.
No, they'll call the travel. It was a nice idea, just a little bit too much. 40 seconds left to go here.
And now walking it up, Matt Whitman, most likely going to go for one here. Copeland with it on the far side. On the bounce, passes over to the counter. He'll fake, bring it to Whitman, then look to go set a screen out to Clark. Clark driving lane, goes up, and Beekman says nuh-uh. McKim with a steal now. He stolen back by Copeland. He'll go in and be fouled.
Hopefully I got all of that.
I think so.
Fan right next to me opened up their phone. First thing they did was turn on their flashlight right into my eye. So I was a little bit blinded for a second.
You did all right there, Kitty.
2 shots.
Combat pay. First one's in and good. Caden Little will check back in. He'll replace Ryan Clark, going out with those 3 personals. Second one good as well. So 23-19 is our score here.
And the foul.
And not where you want to do that. Olsen getting just a little bit grabby there. It's his first and only the 3rd on the team.
7 seconds. Upton with the ball. He's going to hold on to it for a sec, get it crossed. And they can't get a shot off.
As they tried to get it into Beekman. Kind of a fight for it. And McKim will trigger it in here. 1.7, enough for a catch and shoot. Shot is up, no good. And that is going to be the first half of play, 23-19. The lead for the Cyclones of West Prairie. And Mr. Dwayne Hulett had a chance to talk to the fine folks at MDH. We'll go to that interview now.
And welcome back to halftime with Milton Griffin, Director of Radiology here at MDH. And Milton, sharp dress, the sharpest dressed interview I think I might have ever done in my life, let alone here at MDH.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Obviously, since you take pride in how you look, you take pride in your department, I would imagine, too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I appreciate McDonough District Hospital affording me the opportunity to be part of a wonderful organization and a spectacular healthcare team.
Now, when people hear radiology, I think they think x-rays. At least that's what I think. But there's more to it than that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's predominantly radiology, but we also have MRI, DEXA, and ultrasound. And those areas do not incorporate x-ray. So, but it's incorporated in the radiology department.
So there's obviously a lot that goes on in your department. So there's a lot of areas you have to have some level of expertise, I would imagine, to be able to be the director. What is it, a hospital the size of MDH offering a wide range of available options in the radiology department? What's that say about MDH?
Right. So number one, we have the some of the most advanced level equipment. Number two, we offer a comprehensive array of radiology services, and that speaks volume for a rural healthcare organization, because usually a rural healthcare organization, they offer some services, but it's not comprehensive. But at MDH, we have the ability to offer comprehensive services, as well as the equipment that we have is top of the line.
Now, obviously, radiology is an important part of medicine, but what is it about radiology that drew you to that department?
So when I was in high school, I was in charge of a science project, and one of the books that I was given had a snapshot of a chest x-ray in the upper right corner. And I spoke to my guidance counselor, and she informed me that that's a chest x-ray, and that's done by radiology technology. And that kind of led me down the path of becoming a radiology technologist.
Radiology's changed a lot. I don't know how long you've been in the business, but when my mom was in teens and early 60s, they did x-rays for things that they would never do x-rays for now.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure you've seen a lot of change through the years too, right?
Absolutely.
What has been the biggest change that you've seen?
So I've been in radiology for 47 years, and the biggest change that I've seen is leaving the old technology, which was chemistry, film, and very heavy cassettes, and more or less an image taking from the time that the doctor ordered the image, and if he wanted to see it on an acute basis, it was probably maybe 15 minutes. Now, an acute image can be done, and the doctor can be at the bedside viewing the image in 10 seconds.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
It's crazy. So we've talked to a lot of people in our time here about they're from Macomb, and you're not from Macomb. You told me you're from Chicago. What drew you to Macomb?
So I was interviewing for director's positions, and the organization that brought me here it's B.E. Smith, and B.E. Smith is one of the largest healthcare recruiters in the United States. And the recruiter told me, I have a wonderful opportunity, and it's very close to where you are. I said, really? It's close to? Well, I never saw it on Indeed. And she said, no, it's real close to where you are. And then she kind of chuckled, and then she said, well, it's actually in Macomb. So when we finished talking, I Googled the hospital. I saw that it really wasn't very close to Chicago. But I decided to allow everything to take its course. And my first phone interview was with the Vice President of Human Resources and the CEO. And I was very impressed by being interviewed by the CEO on a phone screening call. And that kind of, when they said, well, we like what we heard and we want you to come for an on-site visit, and the rest is history.
Well, before I let you go, we're about done. We're getting ready for the second half here. But I heard through a grapevine that you had a baseball Hall of Fame story?
I do.
Hall of Fame story?
Yes.
What is that all about?
So Sammy Sosa played for the Chicago Cubs, and at that time I was the assistant director for radiology at the University of Chicago. And Sammy Sosa had an episode where it was discovered that his bats were corked, and he had donated these some of his bats to the Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame had a exhibit at the museum in Chicago. And the Hall of Fame wanted to make sure that the bats that they had did not have cork. So they called us and they said, "Can we bring the bats over so that you can take an X-ray of the bats to verify if they're corked or not?" So Dr. Barron, who was the chair of the department, contacted me and said, "This is what we're going to do." So at 6:30 a.m., this contingent of very high-level folks entered the medical center. They found us in radiology. We took an X-ray of the bats. The bats did not have cork. Dr. Barron said, "Why don't we take one step beyond?" And we took CT scans of the bats. And no cork was identified.
Might as well done MRIs and everything while you're at it, right?
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming and talking to us. And
Thank you.
Hopefully you don't have to radiology, any kind of radiology on any more bats.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with the second half right after this.
The KitchenAid fan-enabled Pro Dry system combines a heating element and fan for optimal drying performance. It circulates hot air around dishes to give them a thorough dry. Choose the extended Pro Dry option to add an extra 15 minutes of heated drying for loads that need it. Dishes come out dry and sparkling, ready for more enjoying.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Even like 2 or 3 years ago, I see an old.
And we are back here. Kenny and I talking about different, and we can go ahead and talk about it here. We're talking about how you see different people. You were talking about Devin Yoakum, seeing him as a coach. You know, I go through the same thing as I see. You see Jason Finch talking to Arlen Britton there in the corner. Finch and I from the same era. He at La Harpe, I at Plymouth.
Didn't even see that Arlen was here today. So, two, really good members of media. Him and
two living legends.
Crap! I'm trying to figure out if he's here.
Shelby was.
Yeah, I think Shelby might have just done the girls' game.
Yep, I think he vamoosed and is letting Arlen do. He may be taking pictures too. He may be sneaking around here taking pictures. But we talked about, and folks, I tell you, that's what's fun for us guys at TSSR. Seeing the area teams, a lot of kids. If you're my age, getting to mid-50s, you see maybe even some guys that you coached or were a little bit younger than you, having kids now. Dare I say it, even some of my constituents, grandkids, which is frightening in a lot of ways. I started late in life, so I still have a sophomore and an 8th grader. So, but it's one of those things you see. This is in these small towns, small areas, legacies. I can remember the guy with the tie right there in the Cyclone Huddle when Mr. Sam DeCounter played for Northwestern. So I even go back that far.
And some things that you always find a weird connection. I teach 2 speech classes at Western as a TA. And one of my students came up to me after I introduced myself. I'm from Bushnell. She goes, "Hi, do you know a coach named Colston?" And I go, "Oh, yeah, everybody around here knows Coach Colston from Bushnell years ago when he coached my brother." And turns out it's his niece there that I'm coaching. So even all the way as far as where he is now, still coming back close to Bushnell.
And that's the way it is with a lot of this, especially small towns and things like that. I see kids and kids I coached or helped out with, kids I broadcast for. Upton, 3 is up. The Sports Corner 3 is good. And so the Spartans off to a good start for this second half of play. As they make it 23-22. And Love with the near steal off of Clark's hand. Oh, they're going to say it's going to stay here. So 23-22, Copeland, DeCounter, Clark, Whitman, and Olson, and that's pretty much who they'll stay with. Inbounds to Clark, up and in and good. Good pass by Braden Copeland. 25-22, Palm with it to Beekman. Got Love in the lane, Ruffin Thomas. And Upton, who hit the 3 earlier. Beekman will toe up the 3, a little bit long. Rebound tip, Love with it. He'll shoot, a little too high. Rebound batted. Whitman chases, grabs it in the corner. And off of there it comes. And I tell you, we get a stoppage of play, Kenny. I'll wow you with even some more trivia. Whitman driving it, erased by Love. And Ruffin Thomas on the way. Can't get the layup to go.
You got 2 players into the wall.
That's why they padded those things. Cyclones lead by 3. Ruger Olson with it now. Bobbled it a little bit on the outside. And Upton's going to come away with it finally. And then dribbled it off his foot. But they're actually, they're going to say it is BPC basketball. So I will tell you, and for the folks at home listening to Bushnell, if you remember, I was actually on the very first broadcast of WLMD. That's how far back I go.
On the ground?
Yep, they'll call.
Oh, and that's going to be on Clark. That is his 4th.
And that's going to force a decision by Ian Conkling. He'll come in, but yes, indeed, Mr. Troy Graham and I were on the very first broadcast from WLMD in Bushnell. Beekman inbounds, 3, no good. Rebound batted. And Copeland couldn't get control it. And I tell you, one thing we're seeing that's causing West Prairie a lot of trouble, Kenny, is rebounding.
Exactly. Not getting into position. You know, they don't really have a height advantage in this one. They really need to get underneath and in between. That's going to be a big shot. Oh, and he steps out of bounds.
And they're going to say Whitman had the steal but stepped out of bounds.
Coach cannot believe it.
Yeah, Sam to counter talking to Brad Gooding there.
You know, speaking of Sam, today, kind of in class, I had to explain to about 20 different people what the FFA is.
Oh, my.
Free shot.
A sports corner 3, and we are tied. Palm puts it home. Copeland in, slides to a stop to Olsen. Ruger Olsen in the lane. And Love influenced that one. Olsen gets it again, and Love gets it again.
And they're trying to say that he got hand on it. It'll be a foul.
It'll be on.
He made a mark that said 15. I think he was trying to maybe say 5.
Yep, Caden Little going to pick up the personal. Oh,
no, they'll charge it to
Ruffin Thomas.
Yeah, okay.
25-25, that is his third. Whitman over to Olsen, Ruger Olsen giving a look up to Little. Caden Little holds on, comes to Copeland. Copeland stolen away by Love. He'll rattle in, lay it up, missed it. And Copeland the rebound. Love chasing him down from behind.
And that's going to be another frustration foul there.
Yep.
Added just a little bit too much finger roll. He got so high up, I don't think he realized he was going to get that high.
Griffiths will come in. Ruffin Thomas will go out. That is the second on Love.
Still 25-25 here.
5:15 and rolling in the third quarter. They bounce it to Copeland. Dribbling there on Palm, and Palm going to pick up the hand check. And I wondered if they were going to start dialing it down just a little bit. Play had gotten a little ragged, a little physical. Inbound to Whitman. Whitman over to the counter. He'll fake, hold, and give to Copeland. Braden Copeland, shot on the way, and he's fouled.
So they have 3, yes.
Yep.
Xander Jones set to come back into this one.
Palm picks up his third. Braden Copeland at the free throw line has 9 in the game. Free throw is good. So the Cyclones take the lead at 26-25. Second one's good. And it was the 3. So Braden Copeland up there again and made them all.
And a timeout.
So a timeout called by Ian Conkling. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
It's hard to stop a train.
And we're back here. As you see, Bushnell will be bringing it up here, and the Cyclones are going to pick up at half court. And they're trying to get the cheerleaders off the court. That's one of those.
Looking a little bit like Stanford's band out there.
There you go. Now we got them off the court. I'm not sure whether they were celebrating or what they were doing, but Beekman dribbles in, kicks out to Upton, up to Jones. Jones going to put on the floor, driving on Caden Little, over to Love. Got it, they got him cleared out into Upton. Upton tried to throw it to Love and threw it out of bounds. He went that way and the ball went that way. Now Whitman will work it up. 28-25 lead here for West Prairie. Yep.
Moving screen.
Yeah. And that's one of those. As Little came up, he didn't quite get to the side. So that'll give it over. That is his first.
So the players will have to pay a little bit more close attention to what they're doing. It sounds like ref's going to be calling it a lot more closer, and that's going to be a foul.
As Olson getting into the back of Griffiths as he was coming up. And yeah, they've kind of dialed, and usually when you get it a little ragged, you get some tempers going. They start dialing it down a little bit. Free throw is no good.
Connor and Xander up talking to Coach Snyder.
And Ruger Olson talking to Coach Sam DeCounter. DeCounter said, slow down a little, so Griffiths makes one, makes it a 2-point game, 28-26. Whitman working to the near side, comes to Ruger Olson.
And there's a foul there by Xander.
And that will be the 2-shot bonus. And Ruger Olson will be up at the free throw line.
Bushnell really got to check now. You're in 2-shot bonus with 4:22 still left in the third quarter alone.
And that's why, yeah, you got to be real careful. And Olson makes the first. And I kind of like how Love is standing there with his hands behind his back, kind of like, who, me? And now he'll go in, shot missed, and Love pulls it out of there off to Griffiths. It is a 29-26, 3-point lead here for the Cyclones. Near side, Jones with a hold. Getting a pick from Love, and shot on the way, no good. Little got knocked down in there.
Looks like Xander's a little bit slow after that one. As it looks like Ruffin Thomas come in.
And now Love for the missed three by Copeland, fires it to Beekman. Beekman in the lane, puts it up and puts it in, and we've got a timeout.
Yeah, Xander's going to just go ahead and sit down. Holding his ankle, it looks like.
And he already had a brace on there as well. And Caden Little's got nosebleed.
Whew.
Okay, folks, not to be gross, but tampons make great things to stop a nosebleed. Just in case you didn't know that.
Boy, I am lucky that I never got a nosebleed on court. Personally, me, pass out when I see blood.
There you go. Olson with it. Now they're the counter working on Love. Goes up, gets the shot to go. Nice, tough shot. Cam Melvin into the game now for the Cyclones. And to counter with a tough shot. Ruffin Thomas coming right back the other way, though. He hits the three.
Back to tied game.
Tied up at 31 apiece. Somebody didn't pick him up. Bring it to Copeland in the corner. He's open for the three. Rattles out. And Love down with the rebound.
And they'll call a foul.
It's either on Melvin or to counter.
It'll be on Melvin. His first. But now Bushnell with 4 fouls.
Yep, and so we're going to be shooting free throws here. Under 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Love setting a pick for Ruffin Thomas, and he just drives in, and he's fouled from behind. But, well, it's either to counter or Whitman. And that is DeCounter, so DeCounter picks up his second. And now we'll see if these Spartans can surge into the lead. First time since the first quarter. Free throw, good. So since Ryan Clark gonna check back in, he'll replace Cam Melvin. And Clark gonna have to be very careful. He has 4. Second one's no good. Olson the rebound. Up to Copeland, and they'll work here. 32-31, Bushnell-Prairie City leads. And Beekman with the pickpocket. Drives in, puts the layup in, and good. Yes, indeed. 34-31. Copeland right back in the lane, and he'll get A push.
Pushed. It'll be Beekman. That'll be his second.
And so that'll be 2 free throws for Braden Copeland. And I see what Coach Conkling's doing here. Offense, defense. He'll switch Ryan Clark out for Cam Melvin on defense, put him in on offense. 2:40 left in the third. And they're talking to
McCounter and Finch.
And I'm guessing that we have some blood on the court somewhere. That would be my guess. So we're going to step aside for just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's blood on the court.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Droplets.
And they are cleaning up blood, so I got to give Brad Gooding a lot of credit, making sure that he did the housekeeping. And I assume that was from Caden Little. Now, Kenny and I were, so folks at home, if you're wondering, you can switch a jersey or a pair of shorts, because folks, I've had to do it. It's why I usually carried 2, sometimes even 3 uniforms with me, because you just never know. And it has happened before. As Braden Copeland will try to get the Cyclones back within 1. And does. The Spartans have really surged in this quarter and now hold a 1-point lead, and they have the basketball. Griffiths with it. Ruffin Thomas swinging to Upton. Upton swinging back and forth. 2:20 left to go here in this third quarter. And Coach Schneider now putting it on to Upton. Bounce in the lane to Love, and the pass nearly stolen away. Back out to Upton. He'll shoot 3, no good. And Griffiths, nice basket. Great job going up and getting that one, Kenny.
Exactly. Always have to be looking, especially when you know a three-pointer's coming, know where that's going to pop off.
Copeland gets on the sideline, nearly on the line, hands off to the counter. He'll put up the 3, no good. Copeland the board, he goes up, can't get it to go.
Conklin looking for a foul there as Griffiths went up way early.
And he'll hold it out top now. 1:40 left in the third. Into Beekman. Beekman to Upton. And I thought out to Love. Love in the corner. 3 on the way. No good. And Beekman high for the rebound.
It'll stay.
And again, that's one Eli the counter did have position, but Beekman went straight up and was able to get the rebound. Inbound to Love. Love up to Ruffin Thomas and traveled with it. He set.
Oh, and he would have had it too.
Yep. Just shuffled those feet as he tried to get himself set.
Clark back into this one.
Again, offense, defense. He and Cam Melvin switching back and forth. And now here comes Whitman across the timeline, down in the corner. Copeland. Shot is up and good. Sports Corner 3 for Braden Copeland. And we're tied once again. 1:10. Here we work it down. Beekman in the lane to Griffiths. To Thomas. Now has his feet set. Ruffin Thomas right back at you with a Sports Corner 3. 39-36. Copeland down in the corner. Works it over there for Whitman. Out for the counter. Fakes. Looks to drive to Whitman. He'll put up the 3. Nope. And a fight for the rebound. Tie up. Beekman and Olsen tied it up. It'll stay with the Cyclones. I tell you, Kenny, you just got a feeling this one's going to come down to the wire. 3 up by DeCounter, no good.
I think the highest lead might have only been about 6 or 7.
And Copeland misses the 3. Griffiths out of there with the rebound. Up to Ruffin Thomas, he'll hold. Griffiths looking at Upton. There's 30 seconds left. I would guess they'll go for one, and DeCounter.
They'll take a timeout.
Timeout. I thought it was a foul. It is a timeout. And we'll thank some of our very fine sponsors here. They would include folks like MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2025. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems in McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crownfiber.com to check your availability. JoJo's Gaming Parlor, offering the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. And we do want to say hello to Coach Keene, Coach Ellison, and Justice Keene out there watching us. And Coach Keene, you and I have been in a lot of gyms together, not always broadcasting for the girls' side of things, but you and I have been in a lot of gyms together, my friend. Coach Ellison, you too. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you too, Tanner. Upton bouncing it in. And Ruffin Thomas gets it. He's going to pump the 3. Whitman trying to get him. And to counter the board. 20 seconds, world of time. And I love this, Kenny Beekman and Copeland locked on. Whitman dribbles out to Cam Melvin, over to Copeland. Copeland gets a screen, going in the lane, turnaround Jay, no good. And the rebound down with 3-2, and we've got a foul.
Foul with 2 seconds left.
And I tell you what, that's why coaches like me don't have hair. Whew, that's one of those, and Braden Copeland going to pick up the personal, and you will put Connor Upton up to the free throw line to shoot 2 with no time going off the clock, and 0.7, considering you were also about 65 feet from the basket. Free throw's good.
Nails the first.
Upton will spot himself in there again, 40-36, 0.7 left, and Copeland will grab it.
He got it off.
Just enough time for a chuck and duck as they get it here. And that's going to set us up for the fourth quarter. And Kenny, we got a good one here. What do you think they're talking about in the timeouts? Oh, Kenny, we're going to catch the Cyclone cheerleaders once again. And again, getting to hear from the West Prairie cheerleaders. We'll hopefully catch Bushnell here, although they inadvertently got involved in the game.
Well, during most timeouts, they're coming across, and we've been able to see them a few times. So even though they didn't get to do the full court press, still able to get to see them.
We'll make whoever does Bushnell. We're gonna put the onus on them to do it.
Oh, he's picked up dribble. It's gonna be out of bounds, and picked it up right there at no man's land. One leg in each side of the half-court line.
And again, offense, defense here. Ryan Clark, Braden Copeland, Eli to counter. Ruger Olson and Matt Whitman on the court here. When Bushnell BPC goes on offense, we'll get their lineup for you. Copeland out to Ruger Olson. He'll put a couple bounces down, drive in the lane, shot up. can't quite get it to go. Rolled in and out. Griffiths now with it, as he'll look for Darian Ruffin-Thomas. She comes over to Connor Upton. Brock Beekman giving the screen there, looking at Talon Love. And now Darian Ruffin-Thomas holding it out there. Put it on the bounce. Gives a look at Upton, coming over to the far side. Watches in at Love. Love stop by to counter, and they'll work it here. Can be patient. 40-36 lead here. As they dribble down to the far side. Looking at Beekman, trying to find him or Love in the post. And now has the pass go through the hands. Copeland with the steal.
And the foul.
And with it resetting the fouls in the quarter, that is not a bad foul by Griffiths. Stops the breakaway. Palm going to come in. And now walking across the court here is Matt Whitman to the counter. Far side coming into Clark. Clark putting it up. Gets it to stick. Ryan Clark making his presence felt. 40-38.
A little bit of pressure now.
And Ruffin-Thomas driving in the lane. Tried the Euro and got caught from behind. I believe that's Whitman. Yep. With the reach in.
Had a nice job slithering all the way in, using that, size disadvantage to his advantage.
And now he'll put it on the way. Free throw, no good. Too hard off the back of the rim, so a 3-point lead. Second one is good. So 41-38. They bring it over to DeCounter. DeCounter looking around, out to Clark out top. Coming over to Copeland, open in the corner. Copeland three, no good. And Ruffin-Thomas off to the races. Olsen giving chase. Lays it up, misses it.
And he touched the rim and nobody caught it.
And Snyder screaming at the official as Olsen got the rim or the net, one of the two, doesn't matter. And now Copeland dribbling out there on the near side, driving in the lane, puts it up, misses it, and Love says, gimme that.
Ripped it right out of his hands.
Beekman now will challenge into the lane, kick out for Palm. He'll dribble, shoot shot, won't get it to go. Beekman another board to Upton, up to Love. Nice pass, the shot won't stick, and a fight for the rebound. It'll stay with BPC.
5:41 left in this one, still 3-point game. It is going to be down to the wire.
Box offensive set on the inbounds as Upton looks to bring it inbounds. Bouncing in for Love. Love spins on the counter. Won't go, but got the foul.
Counter, that'll be his third.
And Love will be up at the free throw line. Readies himself at the free throw line. Shot is no good. So the Spartans having their trouble from the free throw line in this fourth quarter. And most likely that's going to come up big. Second one no good, but Beekman snares the board. Off to Ruffin-Thomas, shot no good.
Man.
The counter had the rebound, stolen in there by Beekman. And Olsen going to get the foul. And this is one of the things that the Cyclones have struggled with. Don't have a lot of size, and rebounding has been tough.
Looking at some foul trouble, of course, Clark with 4, and then DeCounter with 3, and now Olsen with 3 too.
Oh, but it hasn't hurt him so far. That is, the third in a row that Bushnell has missed.
Indeed.
BPC has missed from the free throw line. Second one.
And it's not going to call. We're in the lane.
And I thought
Love went early.
And Love had his feet. Actually, they could have called that on the one Ruffin-Thomas did. His feet were actually on the white line, and they actually missed it. So 41-38, and that costly. Whitman with it out top, comes to Copeland. Good matchup, he and Beekman matched up there. Copeland going lane, has 4 guys on him, Finds Clark wide open and puts it up and puts it in. As coaches often say, if you got 2 or 3 on you, somebody's open. They bring it out top. Whitman sandwiched and drives in, no good. The rebound fought for Olson, out of there with it.
And Love gets the foul. Another reach in by Love where it's just on a fast break. He thinks he can get it, runs straight towards.
Yep, and a little frustrated that he didn't get the rebound. And so that is the second on the BPC team. And on Love, that's his third.
And Bushnell now has some players with 3.
The counter tried to bounce it in. Ruffin Thomas up the near side. Whitman slowing him down. Now Fakes tries to drive around him. Back out to Palm. Palm bounces. And Whitman able to steal it away. Upton giving him chase. Tried to bounce it to Clark, and he had it. I give Upton all the credit in the world, Kenny. He came up like he was going to, jump at him or come in, and Whitman just bounced it away. So 41-40, a 1-point lead now for BPC. Big swing, momentum swings back and forth here. Ruffin Thomas sitting it there. Whitman giving him chase. Upton on the far side. Pick from Love, 16-footer. Squeezed the orange a little hard, but Beekman gets it back and puts it in. 43-40. Here comes Braden Copeland. To Ruger Olson. Passes over to Clark, looking for Copeland. Copeland fakes on Upton and traveled with it. 43-40. 3-point advantage here for BPC. Inbounds. Ruffin Thomas, he just kind of bounces his way along, keeping Whitman out of there. And they'll set the offense here. Can be choosy as Ruffin Thomas sets his feet, misses the 3. Love the rebound.
It's blocked.
Tipped. And Copeland comes out of there. He's got a 3-on-2. Drives the lane, puts it up.
Whoa!
Toilet bowled at home. And we got a 1-point game once again. 43-42, a 1-point lead. And Kenny, let's go down the foul trouble for both teams. For Bushnell, Love has 3. And also with 3, Ruffin Thomas for the Cyclones. 3 on Eli to counter, 3 on Ruger Olson, and 4 on Ryan Clark. As you can see, Coach Conklin talking it over with his charges. Hasn't subbed much here and trying to go all the way. And it has been a tough, physical, long game here. Right now, foul situation, team fouls, 3 on West Prairie, 2 on BPC.
3:29 left to go. Probably will see maybe the next minute go by pretty quick, and then I expect to see it slow way down near the end.
And the Cyclones are going to, as they work it around here, coming. Out it comes to Griffiths. Griffiths working on Olson. Stolen away by Whitman. Whitman in the lane, goes up, and the foul there. So they are going to go on, get the foul. And now we'll see if they can surge back into the advantage. Matt Whitman at the free throw line, 43-42. I would guess, Kenny, we're going to see a lot of these coming up.
First one misses. Connor Palm back into the game, another person with 3 fouls.
And importantly on De'Arian Ruffin Thomas, that's his 4th.
Mm-hmm. Went for the block where he probably could have tried and got set for a charge. That second one falls. So now we're tied here at 43 with 3 minutes to go.
Spartans go back on offense. Love gives a screen. Ruffin Thomas driving the lane. Shoot shot, no good. We're to counter the rebound. And he'll try to get himself out of trouble. Breaks away. Cyclones will set it up. Over to Ruger Olson. He'll bring it out to Matt Whitman. Whitman holds on. Goes back to work here. Over to Copeland. Copeland looking to drive.
McKim set to come back in for BPC as Connor almost got reach in there, is able to grab the ball.
And Copeland dribbling around that top, bouncing to Clark. Clark getting away from trouble. Now stopped in lane, shoot shot, won't go. Love with the rebound. Spartans with a chance to take a leader. 2:20, clock rolling here, fourth quarter. Lock on man. Upton on the far side, bounces into Beekman. Beekman, shoot shot, no good, and we've got a rebound foul. And again, that's one of those where Love
It'll be charged to Love, yep.
Reached over the top, and that's the 4-team foul.
That is his fourth as well.
So now they're going to bring in McKim as the Cyclones will go back. And I think Coach Schneider a little worried that Ruffin Thomas going to get a reach in. As Copeland diving lane, goes up, can't get it to go. Clark the rebound, he can't get it to go either.
I think McKim might have had a hand on that one.
Beekman trying to take advantage. They are 5-on-4. Upton, long three, no good. And Love gets it in the corner. We've got a timeout called by BPC. We'll step aside as well. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Since 1958, McDonough District Hospital has proudly served the residents of West Central Illinois. We've built new facilities, hired highly trained, experienced, and caring medical staff members, and expanded our service offerings to meet your healthcare needs, all while providing the best possible patient experience. Let us show you why McDonough District Hospital is your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
And we are back here. Coach Schneider talking to his charges here, and they have got to be careful.
Still a tight game. You know, you don't need to go for big threes. You don't even have to go for shots. Just keep moving around. Try to get anything inside, as there's a three right there. And it's out and rebounded by McKim. McKim puts it in.
And McKim up and in with it and good.
And that's why he's one of my favorite players on this BPC team. Rebounds and plays defense down low.
Down the lane they bring it. They whip it out to Clark. Cyclones going back to work. A world of time left in this ball game. Whitman three, no good. Bounces and Copeland's able to come down with the board. Goes up and fouled from behind.
2 shots. I believe McKim will get called with this one. He is.
Yep.
That is his first.
And so Braden Copeland will be up at the free throw line as we get ready here. Free throw, no good.
1:18 left to go. DeCounter telling the rest of the team to play up. As that one rolls out too, Love with the rebound.
And that's not somebody you expect to miss free throws, as here comes Ruffin Thomas driving in. Shoot shot, no good. Got his own rebound back, and he'll be fouled. And then Coach Conkling yelling, grab the basketball.
So 2 shots upcoming.
As Ruffin Thomas standing there, he can give him a little breathing room. And that's one of those, you got that out, you don't need to shoot that quick. And he makes the first.
3-point game, chance to make it a 2-possession one.
You love the iron in the veins, whatever you call it.
Ice in the vein.
Onions, as Bill Raftery, one of my favorite broadcasters, says, missed the second. So they're up by 3, and Copeland will bring it out of there. Up to Whitman. Whitman do not need the 3. Just need a good possession. 50 seconds left. Out to Whitman. Whitman looking to dribble. Ruffin Thomas up on him. Oh, try to get it to Copeland, and Coach Conkling will take a timeout. We're going to set some situations here for you. 47 seconds left to go here. Both teams in the bonus. So it is for West Prairie. DeCounter has 3. Clark has 4. Copeland only the 2 personal fouls. 3 on Matt Whitman, 3 on Ruger Olson. 4. The Spartans, Love has 4, 3 in the game on Palm. Also, everybody else pretty good though. 2, 2, and 1. So we'll see here. Can the Spartans take this one here at West Prairie? 46-43. And it has been a good one. Not been. We've had some moments of sloppiness, but overall, good game.
Best game I've called all year, I can tell you that. At least in basketball-wise. Might be in all sports-wise, too.
And they get it into Copeland. 46 seconds left.
Oh, and it's stolen away.
Picks his pocket. In and good. 48-43. Now you got to hurry. Copeland quickly up to Clark, who will put up the 3. That's way short of the mark.
And Love will get his. Oh, it's going to be a jump ball.
Jump ball called.
And you talk about a lot of fans saying over and back, wasn't any contact on the butt.
Nope. And so it will be Cyclone basketball. They catch a break and they say they'll have it. Into Whitman. Whitman to DeCounter. DeCounter looking for Copeland. Copeland, long 3. Yes!
It.
Puts
2
it
seconds, and he'll foul instantly. They don't call the foul. They haven't called the foul yet. There's hands all over, and it'll be a timeout taken by Snyder.
Snyder getting the timeout. 48-46. Matt Whitman was all over. And I'll tell you one of these things. You just read it in the coaching books, and you're like that. Not say again, I never ever have said I'm the world's greatest coach. A lot of times in that situation, I will walk over and tell the official, hey, as soon as they get it in, we're going to get a foul. And you kind of put it in their mind.
You don't want to scream out, hey, we're fouling. But, code red, something or other, just any type of designation.
And you don't want to push them down. You don't want to, intentional, but you come across the hands where the basketball is. And a lot of times I said, I will tell the official, hey, and you do that with timeouts too on free throws. Hey, if we get the rebound, timeout. So Bushnell will bring it in here against the press. 16 seconds left, 48-46.
Still only a 2-point game.
Upton looking to bring it in, and Copeland swats it out of bounds. And Upton talking to Ruffin Thomas. And I kind of wondered if they might run the fly pattern here. Use a little football terminology. Upton looking to bring it in, does.
And he's trapped. He needs to get his Upton. There's got to be a jump ball, and that is Bushnell ball.
So once again, and that's exactly where you cannot inbound it to.
Exactly. It's got to be in, and you got to go up.
11 seconds left here. And again, Ruffin Thomas trapped in the backcourt. And they'll throw it up to Upton. Upton has Palm wide open. And they do finally get the foul. He had Palm wide open if he'd have just flipped it up there.
So Upton will try to get this game out of reach. 2 chances here to make it a 3-point game.
And do remember, it is a 2-shot foul after 5 team fouls and a quarter. .7 seconds left. Upton at the free throw line. Got it. Even gave the body English on it there at the end. And a timeout called here by West Prairie as they're going to talk it over here. 49-46. And the biggest thing here, Kenny, is you've got to, if you're West Prairie, you have to have the rebound.
No matter what.
Has
to have it.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to have the rebound.
So you got 3.4 seconds left. 3-point, you need that rebound. You need to get it to Copeland or Whitman.
Yep, and the biggest thing is if Upton misses, tell your defenders if they shoot a 3 straight up, bother them a little in the backcourt. Now,
don't foul them.
If you really want to go strategy, if there were a few more seconds left, you might want to foul, let them shoot 2 for 3. There's a lot of coaches that debate a lot back and forth on that. Do you do it? Do you not? I don't know. I always hate giving an extra chance to anybody on a rebound basket or that. And we'll see how Coach Snyder deploys his troops. You notice the Cyclones have Copeland off to the far side, and Palm's right there on him. Upton can make it a moot point. And it's good.
So timeout taken by Snyder right after.
And with 3.7 seconds left, what you can do is put somebody on the ball so they don't roll it, and tell everybody else, don't foul or you're walking home. Dude, you better hope your parents are here, because if not, you're walking home. That's 3 point. Wow, what a game we've had tonight, Kenny. Both teams put their heart and soul in this one tonight.
Yeah, with the myriad of games that we watch and announce, you know, I kind of missed a little bit of the nerves here. I've done a lot of, you know, either blowouts or 10-point lead differences that by the time about halfway through the fourth quarter, we know what's going to happen. Here, I haven't had the foggiest idea who's going to win this entire time. And even now, I ain't quite sure.
Biggest thing is, do not foul a three-point shooter. Absolutely. Copeland with it, heading up the court. Shoots the three, no good. And this one coming in the hands of the BPC Spartans. Good, tough, physical, hard-fought game. And Kenny, what a night. It's been a lot of fun, both games here tonight.
Yep, both teams getting a win. The both schools, I mean. Bushnell boys and the West Prairie girls getting a nice win between the two. And just what a great game for the guys.
Yes, this has been a fantastic game end to end here as the two teams shaking hands there, guys that know each other very, very well. Any last thoughts, Kenny?
I was just going to check with the schedule. Have they done the JV game yet, or will that be later this week?
That is a good question.
Okay. You know, I got the program right here. Let me quick check to see in the upcoming schedule.
And
I do not quite see it, so maybe they have already. And anyway.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up from here for us. Thanks for tuning us in. Thanks for turning us on. Glad you have been alongside us on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.